Well, good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. I am Christine Glein. I am the Chief Energy Officer here at the Game Changing Impact Group. And today I'm coming to you live to talk to you about how to let go of things that no longer serve you and let in things that do, and really allow your light to shine. Now, I know firsthand that letting go of anything or anyone is never easy. In fact, on Monday, we had to let go of one of our beagles, Penny. And if you know anything about me at all, I am a dog lover and especially a beagle lover. And I've rescued 4 beagles in the past 10 years: Poncho, Lucy, Penny, and Fletcher. And just last November, we lost our Lucy to congestive heart failure. And on Monday this week, we lost Penny to a neurological disease that prevented her from being able to use her back legs. And since I'm used to having 2 or even 3 beagles around, it's very strange to just have one dog pitter patting around the house. Um, when things like this happen, it's hard not to question why. Losing unconditional love is one of our greatest heartbreaks in life. Ultimately, my little happy chi mover was suffering, and it was her time to transition out of this physical realm and to be with her heavenly pack. So the original Beagle trifecta is back together again. And, certainly since I'm pretty tapped into energy, I know that they're together again. I've seen it, I've felt it, and I'm really glad. It's just very hard for us to lose that love in the physical. Beyond losing unconditional love, another transition that can be extremely difficult is losing what you believe was your life's purpose. Often our work, our job, or our career it becomes what we believe to be our mission in life. I know it was for me, you know, and while it can give you clues as to what your true purpose is, it may not actually be it. What if you've been operating for so many years in your zone of excellence rather than your zone of genius? Well, I read a book recently that was recommended to me by several friends. It's called The Big Leap: How to Conquer Your Hidden Fear and Take Life to the Next Level. And it was written by Gay Hendricks. And in this book, the author talks about how to identify and transcend your upper limit. Did you know you had an upper limit? Well, we all do. And we often do things to self sabotage and keep ourselves safe and operating in this comfort zone, or what Gay describes as your zone of excellence. And I was like, wait, how can a zone of excellence be bad? All right, well, before I tell you that, let's talk about the 4 zones. Okay, the first zone is the zone of incompetence. Those are those things that are just not for you. It's like me trying to fix my car, an electric outlet, or even a computer. It's just not going to happen. My talents and gifts don't support me in that kind of work or activity. This is a pick up the phone and call somebody to help me zone. The second zone is the zone of competence. So things that you can do, but they're not really a good use of your time. Typically these are things in your life that you should delegate out to others, because it costs you more to do them than it would be to have somebody else do it. So for me, it's stuff like recording my weekly statistics or invoicing or typing up meeting notes when I could be or should be coaching. Now is where it starts to get a little sticky. The next zone is the zone of excellence. And it's where most of us hang out, and often we do it for years. You're really good at doing things at this level. In fact, other people are really comfortable having us operate at this level and stay there because it's often good for them. Like we give them all kinds of comfort and benefits, whether it's financial or emotional or social. And for me, this is where I operated for 25 plus years. I was a corporate turnaround specialist in higher education and in ed tech, and I was really good at it. I loved figuring out what wasn't working and how to fix it, whether that was people, process, or technology. That could be a clue to my zone of genius. Primarily, the issue is typically people, like great player, wrong role, average player, not challenged, underperformer, not engaged. I loved people development, and seeing people exceed their own expectations, that lit me up. Another clue: when it wasn't a people issue, it tended to be a process issue that had to be better aligned with the talents, abilities, and the team's needs and the customer demands. So, streamlining and getting processes aligned to the employee and the business needs so that you can achieve the outcome. Hmm, another clue. And finally, it was leveraging technology to automate more things. So, especially more the processes to make the lives of the employees and the customers easier and better. So, in essence, getting everyone aligned energetically. Hmm, yet another clue. When you're in your zone of excellence and it's hitting most of your needs on Maslow's pyramid, right? You remember that? Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Well, it's easy to stay there. So, the first part of any new journey is really awareness, recognizing what your upper limit is and what do we do to keep ourselves stuck there. And once you're aware of what's holding you back, you can actually acknowledge it and go beyond ordinary success to a new extraordinary level of abundance, love, and creativity. In my coaching practice, I work with many people who have material success, but they feel unfulfilled, like something is missing. So, whether that's connection with another person and knowing that there's just more for them to do, or really tapping into their own true zone of genius, we all have a tendency actually to look outside of ourselves for the answer when the true answer lies within ourselves. So, what do we do to keep ourselves stuck? Well, the pattern is pretty simple. You enjoy a period of feeling really good, and then you intentionally do something to mess it up. Okay, maybe not intentionally. Subconsciously, you'll do something to mess it up. And what drives us to mess it up most of the time is fear. And many of our fears are based on the workings of the ego, that part of us that really likes getting recognition and also protecting us from being ostracized socially, right? But in the zone of genius, your ego becomes unnecessary. When you live there and operate in your zone of genius, you don't care about recognition or ostracism because you have totally committed to inhabiting your full potential, right? You are lit up from the inside out. You are in line with your mission, your vision, your values, your purpose. You know you're making a difference in the world and you're full. And when you're operating from that part of you, your soul intelligence, your ego is suddenly faced with extinction. To quote a woman who I'm just coming to know, her name is Louise Matson. Most of us tend to tune in, if you remember dialing in on the radio, into ego FM versus divine FM, right? We're always like, oh, how do I make myself feel better? Or how do I not feel? How do I stuff emotions? How do I just let them go? Well, fear is actually excitement without the breath, according to the author. And here's what this intriguing statement means. The very same mechanisms that produce excitement also produce fear. And any fear can be transformed into excitement by breathing fully with it. Breathing, going within. On the other hand, excitement can also turn into fear quickly if you hold your breath. And when we're scared, think about it. Many of us try and get rid of feeling that feeling, right? Or we like hold our breath, like, I hope I don't do, right? We think we can get rid of the fear by denying it, ignoring it, and we use holding our breath as like a physical tool of denial. Now, each of us has our own inner thermostat, and setting that determines how much love, success, and creativity we allow ourselves to enjoy. Like we really do. We set our own limits. We're creating our own internal boundaries, and you don't even realize it. And when we exceed that thermostat setting, like we're in the zone of excellence and we're going into the zone of genius, we'll often do something to sabotage ourselves, causing us to drop back into that old familiar zone where we feel secure. Unfortunately, our thermostat setting usually gets programmed early in childhood before we can think for ourselves. And so there's a lot of early childhood work and old patterns and self-limiting beliefs and things we pick up as kids that we see our world through those lenses. And once it's programmed, our upper limit thermostat then so holds us back from enjoying all that love, financial abundance, and creativity that's rightfully ours. It keeps us safe in this zone of competence or at our best zone of excellence. and it prevents us from living the ultimate destination of the journey, which is truly operating from our zone of genius using the power of our soul intelligence. So the only relevant question is whether you will let it be possible for you. Would you be willing to accept the possibility that you do have a zone of genius and you're capable of achieving it? Fortunately, I happen to specialize in helping people recognize how they're self-sabotaging, whether it's a self-limiting belief, whether it's negative energies, emotions, or thoughts, whether you've stuffed it down and now you've got dis-ease and you're out of alignment. I can help you clear out what's holding you back so you can embody more of your own light and access your zone of genius by stepping into your full empowerment. That true version of you, the best version of you. And we often have to release our densest layers so that we can embody the most powerful version of ourselves. I am ready to help you do just that and teach you how to tap into your soul intelligence and live and love and lead from that place. And if you're interested in learning more about how you can truly step into your own sovereignty, as I've just described, your own soul intelligence, you can send me a direct message. I only have 2 spots left in my calendar for private coaching. I'm delighted that I'm so busy and working with so many amazing people and watching them transform. It is truly my honor and my privilege. So if you think this is something that sounds good to you and you would like to schedule a free 30-minute session to talk to me about what's going on and where you'd like to see yourself and how we might be able to work together, just send me a direct message and I will be happy to meet with you. I'm very excited as 2021 is coming to a close and 2022 is just upon us. And in January of 2022, I'm so thrilled that I'm going to be launching the Soul Intelligence Method. And this program is a group coaching program where I'm actually going to be able to teach people how to recognize within themselves how they're self-sabotaging and teach you how to get rid of it yourself using my proprietary method. So if that sounds interesting to you, I am putting people on a wait list, and I'm going to be opening that class up in December. So my gift to you, I will be also hosting a couple master classes so that you can get a taste of what that's like as well. So again, I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. I hope you give yourself the opportunity to operate from your zone of genius. And if you think you're operating from your zone of genius right now, I would love to hear about it. So send me a message and let me know. I am thrilled to come to you every single week here at 3 Eastern. And if you have any opportunity to reach out to me and let me know how you're doing, whether you're operating from your zone of excellence or your zone of genius, I would love to hear from you. So until next week, make it a wonderful Wednesday.